Hey everyone, it's Junaid from Meninfluencer, and in this video I'll be reacting to some hateful Blackpill comments. So in the last few months I've been trying to make some Blackpill videos here and there, trying to mock the whole concept, but luckily I've been getting a lot of hateful comments. Initially I was always like, I don't know how I will react to hateful comments, but I can't lie, they entertain me so much. Every single day when I wake up and I see these hate comments, it just feels nice. I don't know why, it just fuels me, gives me so much ambition, and it's one of the reasons I like to work extremely hard. And thus in this video I want to react to some of these hateful comments because I think there's a lot of insightful information and advice that I can give a lot of you guys. So obviously I can't change everyone's mind, but hopefully I can change some people's mind for the better. Because when it comes to the black pill, obviously when it comes to looks maxing itself, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think at least you're having some sort of purpose in life. You at least have some goals, trying to better yourself. But if you have this very nihilistic, negative mindset, I genuinely think it's detrimental. Because there's people out there in this world that are trying to take away hope from young men. They're trying to tell them that just because of the way they are born, they are doomed. But I don't believe in that. I've seen a huge transformation in myself. I've seen a lot of you guys transform into a better individual, and I want to help as many of you do the same. Obviously not everyone wants to listen, but for those individuals that are willing to listen, I'm here to help you out. Because recently I also started to make some day game videos because I want to show you guys, hey look, because these people always talk about the internet, online dating, how it's against men, how it's against a specific group of men, but online dating is rigged anyways. So a good alternative would be day game, real life, you know how it was meant to be generations before the internet era. And this way I hope to show a lot of you guys that regardless of how competitive it is online, you can always become the man you want to be. You can always become someone that's successful, gets girls, and this is crucial because I don't want you to be hopeless. I'm here to help you out. If you have any sort of questions or want to work with me specifically, you can always reach out to me, email me. I'm here to help you out. But enough said, now I want to react to some hateful Blackpill comments. So the first comment I want to react to is from this video. So obviously someone said that I have too much upper eyelid exposure. It's over for bros. Apparently if you have too much upper eyelid exposure, you can't attract anyone, you're ugly, and it's whatever, you know, like I don't understand how people are so like specifically honed in to these little nuances that don't even matter that much, especially when it comes to the global picture. But anyways, so I showed them that I went from a 3 out of 10 to average to model looking, and the caption was, it's never over until I say it's over. And the first comment is this: still a curry cell is over. And that's the reason I actually started to make these day game videos. I want to show you guys, look, even though people lay me as a curry cell because I'm Pakistani, they think that it's over, but I think that's delusional. Because when it comes to these day game videos, I'm constantly showing you that I can attract the best of the best girls. And even when it comes to my own social life, I constantly hang out with amazing people, very, very attractive, beautiful people. People that just get paid to look good. Models, people that look like models, or other amazing and ambitious individuals. And this whole idea that you can only hang out with a specific group, or that you can only attract women if you aren't a curry cell, is so diluted. Because when it comes to a lot of these people, they don't hang out with me for my looks. Because when you get to the upper echelons of beauty, everyone is beautiful there. It doesn't matter that much, you know. A lot of other aspects matter more. Your personality, providing value to other individuals, those things are key too. And just the whole idea of Blackpill, your looks or even your race is the only thing that matters, won't help you to get far. Obviously there's people that have preferences. Obviously if you're a South Asian and you only want white women, there'll be a lot of white women that wouldn't even like to date outside of their own race. Same goes with black girls. Some black girls only want to date black men, but that's completely fine. As long as you're willing to put in the work, you will see results. And this whole concept of, yeah, you're a certain race, I've never understood that. The next comment I would like to have a look at is from some random fat guy. That's literally his name. He said, bro thinks he can help 5'2" Indian balding janitor. And before we even go to the comment itself, just look at the name, some random fat guy. If that's your name, if you're some random fat guy, obviously you're less likely to attract women. Because I'm not the guy to fat shame. Everyone can do what they want, positivity or whatever, you know. But at the end of the day, when it comes to people being overweight, they're seen as less attractive than people that are not overweight. And when it comes to being overweight, it also shows that you don't even respect yourself that much, because you clearly can't take control over what you put in your body. Although I do know that there's some exceptions where people can be overweight, but then for those individuals, it's a different story. But the general rule is that if you're overweight, it's your own fault. But yeah, to get back to the comment, help 5'2" Indian balding janitor. I don't know why I have to help a janitor. But in general, okay, if you're Indian, you're balding, I mean, it's not a big deal. If you're short, it's not a big deal. Because I've seen people that are short, I've seen people that are Indian, I've seen people that are balding still get results. Because I'm not even gonna tell you that it's gonna be easy, because it's not gonna be easy, because you're competing with people that are taller than you, people that are not balding, people from another race, and if they just happen to have a stereotype against Indian men, if they happen to be from a race that's more preferred than your race, although this always is contextual, because this always depends on each girl individually, obviously you'll have a harder time. I'm not denying that, but just to say that because you are 5'2", Indian, balding, and a janitor, you can't get girls, you will be surprised. And I know it's easier said than done for me, but there's a lot of things you can work on. And who says that balding is always a big deal? Obviously I've got like luscious long hair, I've done modeling campaigns when it comes to my hair, so it's easier said than done. But for example, my dad, he was balding and he still got my mom, and he's not particularly as tall as I am. My dad is only like 5'5", 5'6", so he's actually on the shorter side, and he still managed to do it. But obviously times have changed, things are a lot more difficult now. But the key thing that you need to understand is that some things are binary. Say for example, your height is binary, you can't really change it. Okay, try to buy shoes that make you look taller. You're Indian, you can't change it. Just accept being Indian, be proud of who you are. Every time if someone says, yeah, you're a chorister, I don't care, because I know who I am. I know my value. I know that I'm an individual that has a lot of value to give. I know that I'm that guy. I know that I'm an extremely confident individual. I know that I can turn heads everywhere I go. And I know this sounds super egotistical. It sounds extremely arrogant. But due to this air of confidence, I can put in more effort. I can tear the universe into my favor, and I can get results. And with the point of being a janitor, at the end of the day, there's stuff you can do as an individual to improve your life. I always love that people are trying to give the most extreme examples to prove their points. But the truth is that the majority of us are not the most extreme examples. The majority of us are able to change. The majority of us are able to improve our looks. The majority of us can work on so many aspects of our life to improve ourselves. So just because you have some things that are not favored, some things that are against you, does not mean that you can't get any results. There's two things that you can do. You can either complain or you can take action. And just simply by looking at your username, some random fat guy, I already know in what group you belong. The next comment is from Call Me Nick. He said manlet, and I responded to 6 foot. So the thing that really stood out for me is that there's also a lot of people that think that height is everything. And I'm not gonna deny that if someone is taller, it helps him. But at the end of the day, there's also a lot of individuals out there in this world that simply do not care as much. As long as you're taller than them, you're good to go. And if you're gonna compete in this digital world, online dating websites, obviously it'll be a lot harder, because now people are only focused on your looks rather than what you are as an individual. At the end of the day, you are a human, and if you're gonna put yourself on these dating sites, you'll just be another number, whilst there's a lot of other avenues, a lot of other ways that you can still get results. The next comment is from Moldovan. He said Indian and Chinese guy. I've never seen a white girl with a Chinese or Indian guy. By the way, Indian accent is very ugly, but I love it because it sounds so funny. And comments like this remind me how some individuals are so one-dimensional. I replied to him with, you guys should watch some of my day game videos. As a Pakistani guy, I can get any race effortlessly, no excuses. And then he said 1 out of 10,000 doesn't mean Pakistani are handsome guys. And I responded with, you probably haven't seen as many Pakistani or Indians as I have. That's simply not true. Because when it comes to a lot of these individuals, probably they haven't hanged out with a specific race. So for example, take Pakistanis or Indians. If they are stereotyped to look a certain way by the media, it does not mean that all of them look like that. Because when it comes to every single race, there's extremely attractive individuals from that race. Because I've even seen this in my own life. A lot of times when I meet some people that are not really familiar with Pakistani individuals, they're like, oh, are you really Pakistani? I'm like, yeah. And then they're like, oh yeah, I thought they looked different. I'm like, no, I just look like a typical Pakistani individual. And then they'll be like, okay, yeah, fair enough. Because when it comes to every single one of you guys, you've got a duty for yourself, for your family, for your race, for society. You need to put the best foot forward. I try to do that for myself as well. I try to do it for all of the South Asians. I try to do it even for all of my Dutch individuals because I was born in the Netherlands. I try to do it even for you guys watching this video. I'm trying to showcase you that there's hope. I'm trying to showcase that you can become the best version of you. It does not matter what race you're from. It does not matter where you're starting from. It does not matter whether you have bad genetics or good genetics, because I've constantly seen it over and over again. If you're someone that's willing to put in the work, you can see results. And I'm not telling you that you need to looks max. You don't always need to looks max to get results. Obviously, the better you look, the more results you will get. But then the game changes as well. Because if you're someone that's extremely handsome, you need to play the game completely different than if you're less attractive. Because a lot of times I've been in situations where people think, yeah, he's too good to be true. He must be lying. If I come up to a random individual and I tell them, yeah, I do modeling, I've got a YouTube channel, and this is who I am, and then I pull up in some nice car, they'll be like, something is wrong with this individual, because then it feels like I am trying too hard. And these are a few key nuances that a lot of these black pill individuals don't know, because they haven't experienced being a handsome individual. They just think that if you're handsome, you can get anyone. But the truth is, you still have to put in the work. And the next comment I would like to have a look at is a comment that a lot of these black pillers try to use to try to protect the black pill. So for example, when it comes to this individual, his name is Sky Please Heal We Are Dying or something like that, and he said, I realized all the people saying black pill isn't real don't even know what black pill is. Black pill isn't about giving up. You are supposed to look max in black pill, because black pill's philosophy is that looks matter. If black pill wasn't true, why did you bother looks maxing at all? People won't admit it, but there's a reason everyone wants to look more physically attractive. It's because it's the #1 most important thing in dating, and Blackpill just explains it bluntly. Okay, so this is the comment that he made, but let me follow up with the replies. So the next person says, exactly 100% facts. Blackpill is simply stating that looks dictate success. This dude looks max, therefore he proves Blackpill is correct. People are confused, believing that to be Blackpill means being hopeless. If anything, Blackpill gives people hope by explaining to them they need to prioritize their looks. So now these people are trying to defend the Blackpill, but the next comment fully explains my perspective. All the Blackpill commenters I see say it's over, as if nobody can improve, and be racist to non-white people, especially Indians. So how can you say that Blackpill gives you hope if you're someone that says it's over just because you've gone upper eyelid, just because you're a certain race, just because you're a certain height? Because now what you're doing is that you're looking at a lot of limiting factors, because you can't instantly change your height, you can't instantly change your race, you can't change your upper eyelid unless you do surgery. And looks maxing and Blackpill are two completely different things. Looks maxing is that you're maximizing your looks. Blackpill is that you think that looks matter, status matters, and that you can't change it at all. But nowadays, all of these people are trying to mix looks maxing with Blackpill and trying to say, yeah, now Blackpill gives you hope. If it truly gave you hope, you wouldn't say, yeah, okay, I'm a certain height, I can't improve myself. If it truly gave you hope, this whole Blackpill community wouldn't be that negative. It wouldn't say it's over for you. It would try to encourage other individuals. Just like when it comes to a lot of individuals that go to the gym, everyone else encourages them to become a better person. Whilst when it comes to the Blackpill community, everyone is trying to push each other down. They think that if you're short, it's over for you. They think that if you got upper eyelid, it's over for you. They think that if there's any other small error in your face or a little flaw in your face, it's over for you. They're trying to perfect themselves. They think that race matters so much. But all of these things are coping mechanisms. They don't want to take responsibility over their lives. They are so one-dimensional. Whilst if you're someone that wants to succeed, you need to be multi-dimensional. You need to work on every aspect of your life. You can't get and keep girls if you only have looks, because that's not how it works. Obviously, okay, yeah, you might be able to get a few one-night stands, empty vanity, but if you're someone that wants to get high-value people in your life, you need to be a high-value man yourself. And just because you're good looking does not mean that you're a high-value man. The next comment I would like to have a look at is from Alex W. He said, and what was the reason that made you change your looks if Blackpill isn't true? And I responded to him with, because the Blackpill means that you believe to have little control to change yourself, whilst I did. Disproving the Blackpill. I'm all about improving yourself and pushing the boundaries. And then I quote what ChatGPT has to say about the black pill. So it said that the term black pill is often used in online communities to describe a pessimistic or nihilistic outlook on life and society. It typically involves believing that the world is fundamentally negative, that individuals have low control over their circumstances, and the efforts to improve one's life or society are futile. It's important to note that this perspective can be harmful and may lead to feelings of hopelessness and despair. Encouraging a positive and proactive mindset is generally more beneficial for personal well-being and growth. If you or someone you know is struggling with such thoughts, consider seeking support from friends, family, or a mental health professional. And then Alex W replied with the following. 1. You didn't disprove anything. Exceptions confirm the rule. There are always outliers. He's basically saying that just because I am an outlier does not mean that I disprove the black pill, whilst I'm telling other individuals that they can do the same, because I've seen a lot of individuals change themselves, and I genuinely believe that everyone has potential. I'm not saying that everyone will be a 10 out of 10, because that's simply not true, but a lot of these Blackpill individuals don't want to take responsibility. And isn't it crazy, as someone that is seen as an outlier, shouldn't you want to back me because you truly believe that black pill is the only solution? So shouldn't you try to beg me and tell me how I've changed myself? Because I am this outlier, right? But instead, you're trying to protect your narrative. You're trying to protect the black pill as if you don't want to change. The second thing is, he said, you very likely use plastic surgery for your glow up. No way, this is natural. And I can't lie, when I saw that, I was guessed. It's a compliment in itself. But yeah, I've used no plastic surgery at all. So everything you see here is natural, baby. Oh, but obviously, a lot of you guys need to understand, I'm 23 years old now, and I started my YouTube channel in 2017. So I've been doing this stuff for more than 6 years online on YouTube. And when I was like 14 and a half to be exact, I started to change myself. So I've been in the self-improvement journey for more than 9 years. So comparing yourself, if you're someone that just started or has already given up, you can't compare yourself with someone that's been doing it since he was 14. I've been doing this for 9 years. I don't think a lot of you guys realize how long that time frame is. I can easily work on every single detail of myself over the course of 9 years. Obviously, I had to teach myself a lot. I had to learn a lot. But in 9 years, you can work on a lot of things, especially when you're in your puberty. Because obviously when I was growing up, I was checking out every single hairstyle to make sure I look good. And as I started my YouTube channel, I started to take care of my skin. I started to look for ways on how I can look better, because your facial expression also has a huge impact. All of these Blackpill people never talk about this, because if you're someone that always looks very angry but you happen to have a beautiful face, no one will care about you. Everyone will think you're some hateful, angry individual. Whilst if you're someone that looks happy, joyful, positive, you'll give another outlook. People receive positive energy from you, and all of these things are things that people in the Blackpill never talk about. And in general, people never talk about this stuff on YouTube. I never see people talk about the very useful key little nuances that actually matter. Everyone's saying the same stuff on YouTube just to get views, trying to give you the little tricks, the little hacks to improve yourself, but that's not how it works. Every single thing matters, and it's all combined. If you combine all of the tips and tricks, then you will see results. Just by improving a little bit about how you squeeze your eyes won't give you more girls, I'm sorry. But if you work on every single aspect of you, you will start to see results. And just because you think I've used plastic surgery, honestly, it's a compliment, does not mean that everyone needs to use plastic surgery. I'm not saying that everyone will reach the upper echelons of being extremely attractive, but everyone can improve themselves. And if you improve your looks, you will be seen as more attractive. And if you truly think that looks is the only thing that matters, you better start doing so. The third thing that he mentioned was your description of Blackpill is totally wrong. But we've already talked about this before, but we'll continue. And then he said that if you're Blackpill, it simply means that you believe that your genetics, especially your looks, determine your life. What you do with this information is up to the individual. And if that's your description of the Blackpill, fair enough, you know. There's so many different descriptions out there. I've used ChatGPT, I've looked on some weird incel website, I've seen on Wikipedia, I've seen on YouTube videos, and people tend to have different definitions of Blackpill. So if you think that genetics is the only thing that determines your life, okay, fair enough, you're allowed to think that. I refuse to think that, because think about it. Now you're saying that genetics is the only thing that matters. So you don't have to wear any nice clothes, you don't have to take care of your hair, you don't have to do anything else. The only thing that matters is your genetics. So I don't have to take care of myself, because obviously I am very good looking, right? So I can still get away with a lot of things. That's the mindset. And I know now a lot of people will get pissed, but that's literally how a lot of these people try to argue with the argument. They try to take very extreme examples and try to make that the norm. Whilst when it comes to a lot of us, we are in this huge grey box. And obviously, if you think that genetics is the only thing that matters, you automatically have this very pessimistic view of life, because genetics is something that's binary. You can't change your genetics. So technically, I don't have to take care of my hygiene. I don't have to take care of my facial hair, my hair, because my genetics will already take care of me, right? And that's why it's a negative outlook in life. Because now basically what you're saying is that I can't do anything because I've already been born in a certain way. Even if I take care of my hair, of my facial hair, my skin, it won't give me any results, because the only thing that matters is my genetics. But obviously, none of us are that delusional to believe it, and therefore the black pill is cope. And the final point from Alex W is a very interesting one. I actually like this point quite a lot. He said this concept of devaluing how other people consider/treat is bullshit. I was dumb enough to fall for it. No more. There's no such thing as do it for yourself. Humans are a social species. Their very existence depends on social validation, a tribe affirming their good qualities and recognizing and appreciating them. So you hear it yourself. You said good qualities. Good qualities is not genetics. Just because you happen to have good genetics doesn't mean that that's the only good quality you can have. You can be a good guitar player, you can sing, you can be extremely smart. But yeah, let's continue. Their warmth and boost, if validated, cannot be understated. You must have other people in your life who value you and love you to be happy. You are literally pretending like thousands of years of evolution or evolutionary social programming can't be overridden with effort. Of course, it can be overridden with effort, because effort is what's attractive. Do you think your mom loves you because of the way you look? No, she loves you because you are her son. There's people out there that love individuals not only based off their looks, but because of what they can provide, who they are as an individual. And I understand Alex's perspective. So say for example, you're someone that has no friends, you have no social skills, you're not that attractive. Obviously now you will think, yeah, if I was more attractive, I could have had more people that would love me. But at the end of the day, relationships are built on effort. If you're someone that's putting in the effort to see someone, if you're someone that's putting in the effort to love someone, people will appreciate you. Just because you're good looking doesn't mean that you have meaningful relationships. Obviously, if you're good looking, you're more likely to attract individuals in your life because people like to hang out with other good looking individuals. But that's not always the case. If you're good looking and a jerk, no one wants to hang out with you. If you're someone that gives and portrays negative energy, no one wants to hang out with you. If you're someone that has a positive influence in life, on society, on the people around you, people do want to hang out with you. Now you're just saying that just because you're good looking, just because of your genetics, you can be loved. That's not true, because there's a lot of people out there that still get loved without being amazingly good looking. Because to me, what I understand from your perspective is that you don't get loved and you want to get loved. You want to feel like people appreciate you, and you think that if you're good looking, people will give you a compliment and this will validate your bias and will make you feel good about yourself. And obviously a compliment does make you good about yourself, but being complimented on your looks is not the only way to feel validated. If you're someone that puts in effort, something that you denied, you can still get compliments and be validated. Because I'm not telling you that you need to be good looking to get compliments and be validated, because obviously I constantly get compliments. Every time I go out, people always say, yeah, okay, I like your skin, I like this, I like that. But after a while it gets boring. I rather be complimented on my skill sets, and that's actually the truth. The same goes for a lot of girls out there. They're constantly getting complimented for the way they look. But for a lot of individuals, they would rather get complimented for their skill set, for the effort they've put in. If you're someone that's worked extremely hard for a test and now you've got a good grade, if someone says you're smart, that's a compliment that validates your ego, makes you feel good about yourself, and you didn't get this compliment just because of genetics. Obviously some individuals are smarter than other individuals, but regardless, you can still put in the effort, something that you denied, to still be able to get this compliment. So those were a couple of comments that I just wanted to discuss. There's so many more comments. If you guys want me to react to more comments, definitely let me know. And hey, if you're someone that's a hater, I'm ready for more hateful comments in the description. Obviously, it's all feedback, it's constructive criticism. I don't take anything personal. You can write whatever you want, but obviously be respectful to each other, because at the end of the day, I want to have a positive influence in life. I want you to become the best version of yourself, and I don't want you to have a negative outlook. I don't want you to think that genetics is the only thing that determines your life. Because if it truly is the only thing that determines your life, you clearly don't have to put any effort in, right? Because genetics is something that's binary. I don't have to take care of my hair. I don't have to take care of my facial hair. I don't have to go to the gym because my genetics have already determined whether I am gonna be successful or not. And I know a lot of people say, yeah, that genetics show the upper ceiling of what you can achieve. But how many of you guys have achieved the upper ceiling of what you can achieve? A lot of you guys haven't even tried to reach that. After you reach that, then you can message me. But most likely you wouldn't even message me because you'll be too busy living your best life. And that's pretty much the end of this video. If you're someone that's ready to get a glow up, check out my free Glow Up Secrets book. It's completely free. I genuinely want to help you out because there's people out there in this world that want you to lose. There's people out there in this world that want you to be hopeless. There's people out there with a negative aspect of life, but I'm here to help you. I want to have a positive outlook on your life. I want to show you that it can be done. I am this outlier, but I want you to become this outlier as well. I want you to become this respected individual in your friend group, in your family group, in your society, and prove everyone wrong. So definitely check out the Glow Up Secrets book if you're ready to do so. And that's pretty much it from me. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider to hit the subscribe button and leave a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate your time and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye bye.